Happy Friday, y'all. We made it to the 31st of January. I'm living. I was scrolling TikTok earlier, and one of my old videos actually came up in a story. And so I went back to that video, and obviously it was today, last year. And I thought that this video was very interesting. And the reason why I think this video was very interesting is this was the day after I actually saw the interrogation with Nicholas GODEJOHN. And it was an eye-opening moment for me, um, in terms of like Gypsy and this whole ordeal. Um, and it made me realize the injustice that took place. This was like the first time like I had full on seen Nicholas speak in the interrogation, and just watching it, it sunk into me that he was really done very wrong. And I think this was a turning point for me, wanting Nicholas Godejohn to get justice. Uh, After watching the interrogation, I'll be honest with you, um, I was really sad, like very sad, because I realized that he was used, he was abused, he was tormented, he was, um, I couldn't imagine loving someone that played a big part in my demise. I don't know about y'all, but that was the thing that really bothered me. And I remember this day last year as it was definitely something that really bothered my heart. It really made me sad. Um, and to also see the way Gypsy and Ryan were trying to villainize him in that interview right before her documentary aired really made me feel like something was wrong. And again, I thought before Gypsy was bad, but I didn't think she was as bad as she is for real. Because at that time, she didn't act out as much as she's been doing now. Um, and I don't know, just seeing this really made me think to myself, um, that, life is so short, and I really want everyone to protect their space and who they allow in your space. Not everybody deserves to have access to you. Um, and not everybody deserves a seat at your table, period. Um, and I feel like that's a boundary that people really need to hold, very close to them, because you never know what people's intentions are to screw you. And I feel like, seeing both their interrogations, like seeing Nicholas's interrogation, I'm gonna be honest with you, like the first time I watched it, I cried. The second time I watched it, I cried too, because he really cared if she was okay. He wanted to see her one last time. He wanted, you know, to to know if she was okay. He truly cared if Gypsy was okay. Like, really let that sink in. Gypsy is really, and I don't know what it is. It's something about the way society has been treating her, when she first got out. And I know it's not the same now, but kind of like really bothers me that, uh, where have we gotten to in life to where someone that murdered their mom for whatever reason, right? Are we saying it's okay? There's actually a case, um, that I want to compare. I'm going to actually watch this video tonight. When I'm done, I can't wait to do a video about this because it's going to be a interesting comparison. I remember this case. I watched a lot about it before. I'm just going to rewatch it to kind of refresh my memory, but like just to see like the contrast of like the difference in the way they were treated, what they were charged with, and how they were charged. And they were younger than Gypsy, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see that. Um, and I don't know. It's just, when do we turn a murderer into someone that is a celebrity? Like, we've really screwed up. Then we have crazy people like Bree out here crying over a murderer. We have went completely unhinged. Y'all, what's in my hair? Oh, that's my little pillow. I thought it was water in my hair, y'all. Don't judge me. Anyway, we're gonna spin a block and watch this real quick. Um, this was just some of my thoughts. But I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Friday. And everybody is doing well. All right, y'all. Just spin the block. Hey friends, you all know where I stand with Nicholas Godejohn, and I feel like he should get a chance to go before a judge again. Now, I have put in my link tree a petition to sign for Nicholas so that we can get justice for him. Go to the link in my link tree and let's fight for what's right. And we're not just fighting for him, we are fighting for everybody with autism and a low IQ, because he deserves to have his civil rights. If you really watch that interrogation, his civil rights were breached all throughout that interrogation. And we need to right this wrong. He needs to go before a judge. He needs to be able to have a fair shot, because there's no reason why Gypsy should be out here living her best life when Nicholas thought he was protecting her and really was persuaded into doing this to her mother. And it's unfortunate because he really didn't want to do it, and he had said that multiple times. He said that multiple times to Gypsy, and we really, really need to make sure that he gets justice. Please go to the link in my bio and let's fight for what's right. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye bye for now. You are absolutely right, because I think at the time of her mom's unaliving, people are seeing this little girl. They're not realizing that Gypsy had a very dark side, and we were able to discover that by this. This is a strong indication of who she was. I don't know because I'm not a medical professional, but I do think she has a personality disorder, because there's too many things about her that's alarming, especially after she messaged me last week and seeing how things went. This woman wreaks havoc. And I think it's really interesting, the content creators that defend her after seeing all the havoc she wreaked. And even as far as Nicholas Godejohn's people, for them to even be so convinced in their mind that I was flip-flopping, that lets me know that they were not even listening. I've always known she had a dark side. This is what she's displayed, right? So to think that I thought otherwise when all of my words also said, regardless, Nick needs to have justice, people aren't realizing that I have always known she had a dark side. But I do believe there's a 5% chance that she might have changed. And there we are. But keep these memories in your mind when you keep saying she's innocent, she was abused. Yes, she was abused when she was younger, back in these days. But this little girl was gone. This is who she truly was at that time. And that's something you need to remember. Gypsy Rose isn't and never was innocent. And I still believe she should be in prison. Currently, she should be in prison. She is clearly an issue. No matter what anybody says, this lady is absolutely insane and demonic, in my opinion. But I hope you guys have a great day. Bye bye for now.
There is true evil within someone's heart if they can act like this.
I'm going to stop you right there. What is evil is that Gypsy Rose Blanchard used a man with autism, a low IQ, and other mental health issues that was collecting a disability check permanently to unalive her mom. She manipulated him for over 2.5 years. That is what evil is. And let's spin the block on the video that she sent him.
So perfect. What I was going to say, what I wanted to ask is, are you a psychopath? Because if you are one, then it's very good match.
That was by Nina. I'm going to tag her down below. This is Gypsy Rose Blanchard laughing at baby reindeer. Let's talk about the fact that she lied in her interrogation. Let's look at that as well.
It's kind of weird though, people seeing you in handcuffs, they give you this weird look, and I'm like, I didn't do anything. I'm like, okay, number one, I didn't kill nobody, I don't do drugs, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I didn't do nothing. I'm a good girl.
Let's also talk about the fact that she sent Nicholas GODEJOHN, a man with autism, with a low IQ collecting permanent disability, a video instructing him how to unalive her mom. Let's watch that.
Phone video that Gypsy had taken shows her walking through her mother's bedroom, and she points at the mattress and then makes this motion with her hand. At that point, that was a very hard pill to swallow.
Before the unaliving of D.D. Blanchard, Gypsy sent Nick a home video using her cell phone. In this video, it shows Gypsy showing her mother's bedroom, and then making a particular motion with her hand once she gets to the bed. This is an instruction video that Gypsy made for Nick in order to show how the act of the unaliving of her mother should be carried out by Nick. The only people that knew this video existed until recently was her attorneys. Her attorney explains that it was a hard pill to swallow once they had found out about this video that Gypsy recorded. Gypsy does say that she was not in the right state of mind for many reasons at this time. And that is part of why she recorded this and sent it to Nick.
So she instructed him. That man is serving life in prison. When she manipulated, planned her mom's unaliving, then lied in her death and said that her mom was abusing her. This woman was 23 years old. Even the doctors in the medical records say that she participated. 23 years old, she plotted to have her mom unalived for over 2.5 years using a man that is disabled. Furthermore, what she did was she took a pew-pew thinking that it was real, and she unloaded it on her mom in a Walmart parking lot, only to find out that it was only a BB pew-pew. And she herself admitted that. You need to do your research, because there's a man sitting in prison that is disabled that was collecting a permanent disability check. And you're trying to check me? That is what evil is, okay? That is what evil is. And let's spin a block on his dad speaking about it.
I can't believe what happened, and just dumbfounded, and I actually don't know how to feel anymore because of it. My mind's been rewired to think differently now. It's hard. Everything's hard. My son, Nick, his side of the story told, and because her side is getting all this attention left and right, and he can get nothing. I believe Gypsy was just using him. She may have had a slight feelings for him, but when she got him in, reeled him in to her plan, then she's pretty much started losing interest in him until after the deed was done, and then boom, threw him under the bus. I felt compassion because of what her mother did to her, but in retrospect, what she learned all those traits from her mom and turned around and used them on my son, and to get out of her situation, all the press and everything that was being focused on this case, it just made me become more of a hermit. I didn't want to leave the house. I'm afraid somebody's going to notice me and, hey, you're a GODEJOHN or whatever. Is that your son? I didn't want to deal with any questions. This birthday card I received from my son on my last birthday is on your birthday and always wishing you a very happy birthday. So happy birthday, Dad. How old are you now? 51? Yeah, that sounds correct. 51. Well, happy 51st birthday. Remember, it's just a number. If you feel you're young, then you are. I wish I could spend your birthdays with you. God willing, maybe I'll still get that chance in another birthday. I know it's hard being this far away. Please be strong. Thank you for being my father, my best friend, and teacher. I'm blessed to have you as a father. It's you who taught me all these noble traits, and I'm grateful for it. I love and miss you wholeheartedly. Until we talk again, your son, truly, Nicholas Paul Godejah.
Even though she did all of this to a man that is disabled, collecting permanent disability. Permanent disability tells you where that person was. She villainized him, and let's watch that.
I can't stand him because I went from one abusive person to another. I wish he would have been more responsible. He was the first person I ever told that I could walk.
And this is another man she lied about this with.
I would trade messages back and forth for a while. And slowly, after a few months, I started to tell him more and more about my home life. He was the very first person that I ever told that I could walk. And yeah, I asked him a question. I asked him to kill my mother. But I didn't hold a gun to his head and make him do it.
A disabled man.
He seemed more happy to do it than anything.
Let's be clear.
And that's why I can't stand him.
And I wanted to believe what she was saying, and unfortunately, I should have listened to my other part of me. Ironic, because I was trying to influence her to go with, but she never went with it. She never wanted to run away, so I couldn't get that to work.
He knew. I think he knew that he could easily get me out of that situation by calling the police, being responsible. He knocked on the door 3 times, scratched the door twice, and that was code to let him in. But before I could let him in, he commanded me that I must shave my legs and any body hair and present myself to him naked.
Not right away.
Okay, what happens?
She wanted to shave her private part.
Okay.
And her legs.
Okay, she wanted to shave her private part and her legs?
Yes, for me.
Okay. She ever done that before? Is this something new?
Usually her mom does not let her shave her legs.
Okay.
Tall carpet. Tell him my private parts are shaved. Defendant. Okay, baby. He is excited to do this. What about the rest of your bottom half? Is what he had me ask you. Gypsy, I will do my legs as soon as he knocks, honey.
Even after she did all of that, she still said this.
I don't associate myself as a murderer because if you think about it, yes, I had a part to play in it. I asked Nick for help. And how that conversation started was, he was saying that he would protect me from anyone. I said anyone. He said yes. I said even my mother. He said yes. And then the plan kind of formed from there. But he's the one that did the actual kill, not me. I can't kill anyone. That's why he's in trouble to begin with, because he's the one that did it. So when they say I'm a murderer, I don't identify as.
And after she was arrested, that's when her attorney, Mike Stanfield, said that her mom had Munchausen by proxy. She was never diagnosed with Munchausen by proxy. In fact, she has a chromosome disorder, 1q12.1. And if you look it up, what she was being treated for is every bit of that. When you come for me, you better have your facts straight. And defending someone that unalived their mom and lied and manipulated and used a disabled man, that is what true evil is. Check your facts. Repost this. Stitch this. Do whatever you have to do. Because if Gypsy wants to take it there, I told you to stop playing with me. And I told you I was going to get him justice. And I am. Stop playing with me.